As necessitated by the Affordable Care Act passed in 2009, the Department of Health and Human Services, led by Kathleen Sebelius, has in this statement implemented a rule that requires most employers, with the exception of non-profit religious employers, to provide contraceptive services without charging a copay, coinsurance, or deductible. So let's take a look at how to read this statement so that we can reach a greater understanding of the context and implications of such a ruling. So I've broken down the first two sentences of the press release. Notice how the first sentence here in green strongly introduces the ruling and its main goals, which are to acquire health insurance plans to cover preventive services like contraception for women. The second sentence shown in red lists the criteria for these organizations that are exempt from the rule, which are nonprofit religious employers. Taken together, these two sentences provide enough information for the reader to understand the rule. However, since this is a press release, we have to consider the audience that will be reading this, which include educators, students, the media, and perhaps most importantly, religious organizations. As a result, the rest of the press release is spent addressing anticipated criticism from those who might object to this ruling, namely the Catholic Church. The rest of the first paragraph justifies the ruling made in the first two sentences. HHS is using positive evidence from authoritative sources like the Institute of Medicine and the FDA, shown here. You'll also notice phrases like "women will not have to," which again shows the positive outcome that will result with this ruling. And lastly, they point out the fact that this law is nothing new or radical, as several states already have similar contraception laws in place. The second paragraph adds another element to the rule, which is that employers who do not qualify for the exemption mentioned in the second sentence, but still don't provide contraception for religious reasons, will have another year to adapt to the new rule, ultimately complying with the new law. The third paragraph offers more evidence that justifies the ruling, as they highlight how birth control is already a beneficial drug that reduces health costs. Again, they use access to frame the issue as one of equality, that is, the idea of contraceptive equality. Here's a quote from the last paragraph, which concludes the arguments made above and addresses the fundamental question at hand when it says, "I," and this is Kathleen Sebelius speaking now, "believe this proposal strikes the appropriate balance between respecting religious freedom and increasing access to important preventive services." To learn more, please feel free to browse our site, which offers a wide range of resources about this ruling. Also, here's a link to the HHS press release. Thanks for watching.